Hi, this is Charlie. Welcome to Friday's live trading. It is non-farm payrolls day, so we'll see what we get here this morning. I'm looking at dollar CAD right now. It's about 7:45, and I'd like to get long on dollar CAD, but I'm going to need some sort of little pullback or something like that. Or maybe not. Anyway, we'll see. We're just sort of probably going to be waiting more towards 8 o'clock, and then see if we can get a little retracement of some kind. But yeah, we'll try dollar CAD this morning. I'll explain a little bit more why. I mean, it's been going up, as you can see here. Overall on the daily charts, it's been down, but it's come down very close to its daily 50, so it's had a nice retracement. We've got some divergent activity going on some of the higher time frames, which suggest it should go higher. And so then I'll just go down to the small time frames like this 5-minute chart to then look for an entry. So that's what the plan is. Obviously we're going to keep it fairly small. We've got non-farm payrolls day today, so you never know. Having a nice run at the moment. What could happen is the market's then going to chop mode ahead of that, and obviously it's big news for in Canada today as well. And I wouldn't want to be holding on to this position into that 1:30 news. So it will have to play itself out one way or another prior to 1:30. So anyway, I'll press pause and we'll come back to this. Okay, just back, and what I'm looking at is getting an entry on this dollar CAD. We've had this little run up. I'm showing you the hourly chart here, and we're doing a little bit of a pullback back towards my hourly 50 MA. If I bring the other charts up now, you probably won't be able to see everything there. It's probably just a little bit cut off there. So let me just bring this across and you can see it. There it is. So we're looking just a smidgen more, and then I'll get the first entry in. That'll be the first entry. I'm going to split the entries. Stop's going to be down at 60. I think somewhere down there. It might be in the low 60s now, actually. I've seen it's gone a bit higher. So it'll be somewhere in these low 60s. And targets are up here at 06 area. So if I can get one entry around that hourly 50, my black line there, and my outer band, so just a little bit above that I should think, and then I'll look for a second entry over here to the right of the screen. We've got this black line down here. It's an 8 a.m. pivot, so somewhere in that zone would be the second entry. So I'll split the entries into two. It's only two entries anyway, so it's only a half position size, as I call it. Because it's non-farm payrolls and it's been an awful week really for day trading. I've been flat all week. I've had some winners and I've had some losers, and I'm pretty much net flat, maybe marginally up by a few quid here and there on day trades. That is, swing trades have been nice, but yeah, the intraday charts have been just a bit choppy at quite for periods. They don't want them moving around, but they've just got a bit ugly, these intraday charts this week. So when you're in holiday times, then a normal thing to do is to respond to the fact that you're in holiday period and position size down, position size, lower your position size, so that if you are getting into a trade and you just get chopped on it, it's not really costing you much. So I've had a couple of trades where I've been chopped and a couple of winning trades as well. So but anyway, so even on today, on the intraday, then it'll just be a couple of units. But anyway, now I've started talking, as we can see it started bouncing. So I'll press pause again. Okay, so we're nearly there on this dollar CAD. We've been waiting patiently for a pullback. We're getting that pullback now. It's just a case of watching it come down to my lower band here on the 15-minute chart, which will come in line pretty much with that hourly 50. So I've got the ticket ready here. So that'll be the first entry. Remember, I'm just staggering the entries just into two, as I've already said, to see if it does come down to this black line down here, which is the little 8 a.m. pivot, then I'll use that as a second entry. Excuse me, coughing here. Okay, right. I've just realised that I just had the mic muted while I did all of that. Anyway, I got entry at 81 to 81, and I've put a stop down at 63. You've seen me doing it all, but I I messed up. I had the mic muted, and the guys in the room were saying, "Charlie, your mic's muted," and obviously I only just noticed it. So anyway, so as it came down, we've just taken that first entry, and what I was saying, whilst the mic was muted, was that we've split the staggered the entries. So we've got the one entry that's just come in there at that outside the hourly on the hourly 50 there. If it does come lower down to the black line here, down to the 8 a.m. pivot, then I'll add a second entry. That would be about my lower bands on the 15, also on the 30-minute chart here as well. So if it does come lower, then I'll stagger the entry there with the stops at 63. So it's all light stuff, small stuff here, unfortunately today, as I said this morning, because of the way it is a holiday week. I know it's non-farm payrolls day today, but it's so we'll get a lot of volatility later on. But it's been a messy week, as I've already said, on an intraday basis. So we've just been on small stuff. So anyway, well, I'll press pause and we'll come back to this. No. Right, okay, so we come down to the next level, so let's hit it there. So there's the second entry long at 76. Literally just got that in time. I was just chatting away with the guys there and I just noticed that it just come down to that level. So I've just got that second unit in there at 76. Now let's put that other stop in. The stop is at 65. So on this second entry, so I'll put the stop at the same level, 127.65. So on this entry, it's only a 9 pip or so stop. Okay, so we've got both entries in the end now today, and it's now just a case of playing a wait and see game as to what happens. So the stop's down here at 65. 65? Yes. Oh, sorry. I need to put my glasses on. The stop's not at 65. It's at 63. The other stop's at 63. So I'll just change this one down to 63. My apologies. Stop's at 63. So we shall see what happens. But as I've been saying to the guys in the trading room here, if this just doesn't do much between now and 1:30, let's say it doesn't stop me out, but at the same time it doesn't go up to target either, then I'll have to close it out before 1:30. So one way or t'other, it will have to do that. Anyway, we'll leave you for now. Okay, just back, and it's now lunchtime. It's now 12:07. See, this is what happens on non-farm payrolls day, where everyone's waiting for the non-farm payrolls, and you've got we're on a holiday as well, obviously Easter. So not a lot going on here. So we got into this dollar CAD this morning, down when it pulled back, and it's sitting here at 127.83. So the two entries were at 127.81 and 127.76. So we've got those two entries, but as I was just talking to the guys in the trading room here, I have to be out of this trade prior to non-farm payrolls at 1:30. So it doesn't look like it's going to get up to that target. The target is this purple line up here. That's what these are. They show the prior day's highs and the prior day's lows. That's all these purple lines are on this chart. I don't expect it to go there between now and 1:30. So at some point closer to 1:30, I will exit the trade. So probably by 20 past 1, I will have made that decision to close out. But anyway, well, you know, and after that, I'll probably just we'll call an end to the video, because although I may day trade this afternoon, I've got a lot of stuff to get on with, so I don't want to have this video to go on and on, because then I end up stuck in my office all afternoon. So we will call it a day on this trade once this is closed out. Okay, so I'm just moving the stops up actually, because it's still only 20 past 12, but it's coming up a bit, and where it's consolidated for the last few hours, might as well just move the stops up below those lows now. The last few hours, we're not going to be in this much longer anyway, so let's get the deal tickets over. Got the target levels in at 128.05. That's just literally 1 pip below yesterday's highs. So let's move those stops up. I was just in the middle of moving this with the guys, and I said, oh, I better do this on the recording. So there we go. So 74, and let's move this one up from 63 to 74. So the stops are moved up to 74. Remember, the entries were at 80, 81 and 76. So it's all tiny stuff today, unfortunately. But and I don't see us getting up to target between now at 20 past 12 and about 20 past 1. Could do, of course, anything can happen, but I suspect we're going to be having to exit early today. Anyway, I'll press pause.